Hey guys, this is a 4-in-1 movie review. What do I mean by 4-in-1? Well, let's just say I have this certain store in, there's a certain store in School County called Ollie's, and Ollie's literally sells Blockbuster films because Blockbuster has to get rid of their inventory since they went out of business. And I got 4 of these Blockbuster movies, and 3 of them are good, and one is so pretentiously horrible, I'm probably gonna lose it when I get to it. But anyway, the first film, Quid Pro Quo. It's a 2008 independent film. It's directed by Carlos Brooks. It's written by Carlos Brooks, and it stars Nick Stahl, Rachel Black, Jessica Hatchett, Jacob Pitts, Ashley Atkins, and co-stars many people. So this film was really good. I enjoyed it. And this just shows why the Academy just breezes over good films and just nominates crappy stuff. But this is a really good film. And also on this DVD, they have a trailer for a movie that Cuba Gooding Jr.'s in. It's about a janitor who works in an all African American school who has a criminal background, and he wants to teach these kids discipline by playing chess. And his life motto is, life is like playing a game of chess. You don't know which moves are coming. And it looks like a really good film. I really want to see it. And it's made by Magnolia Films. So if you see it somewhere, let me know. The second movie came out in 1994, the same year I was. And it was reviewed by Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel on At the Movies as one of the best movies they've seen in a long time. And it's a foreign film. It's To Live. It's a 1994 Chinese film about communism taking over China. And for the first 10 years, communism, it shows in the movie that it worked well for China. For the first 10 years, it was the economic system that China needed. But then after that, Chairman Mao, who's mentioned in the movie, went completely batshit crazy and started starving his own people. And it's centered around the story of Fuji and Jazhen. My apologies if I get that wrong. And it's directed by Yimou Zhang. It's written by Weilu Hao, who wrote the novel, and Hao, who also helped write the screenplay. It stars Yu Ji, it also co-stars Li Gong and a cast of many. And I have to say that this movie, I haven't finished watching it yet, but it takes you in the story. There's a really heartbreaking scene in there, in this movie. I have to say, I have to agree with Siskel and Ebert. This is probably one of the best films you'll ever see in your lifetime. The next one is another foreign film. It was made in 1958. It's an Italian film, Piccole di Senzia. That's the original title in Italian. And translated to English, Ash Wednesday. Now this movie This movie itself is all in Italian. This was the original DVD release. It came out in the early 2000s. But especially with the movie To Live, I would suggest watch these in the language that it was shot in, because you get the experience of, and you get to watch it through the perspective, and you get to watch the drama and the joys and fears of and tears of different cultures. And I watched To Live in the original voice. I put on the English subtitles, and this has no English subtitles, and I can understand some of the Italian, but not all of it. But other than that, it's a very entertaining black and white Italian film. And finally, the most pretentious, horribly bad movie of all time is a 2004 video release called Darktown. You're thinking, oh, wait a minute, by the DVD itself, it doesn't look like it's a bad movie. Let me give you the synopsis of the movie. It legitimately does not sound bad. The synopsis of the movie is a group of vampires invade a small town. Doesn't sound like a bad synopsis at all. And there's only one good movie for a really bad film to have. One good scene. One good scene in this movie for a really bad movie to have is a scene that grabs the viewer in, and for the rest of the time, waste the viewer's time. The opening scene is with a city light electrical engineer who goes down into this dark cellar and hears a noise, and that noise is a group of vampires, and he gets killed by them, and that's the opening scene. Now, keep in mind, that's the opening scene, and for the rest of the 88 minutes, it's nothing but shit. It's nothing but shit for the rest of the time. It's so pretentiously horrible, although the writer, who is David Birke, B-I-R-K-E, wrote a lesbian couple in this movie, and it's very rare for, and this came out in 2004, by the way. It's very rare for early films in the 2000s, unless if it was a LGBT film, for a mainstream straight home to video, is very rare for any LGBT couple to be written within the story, and I think that's the only positive thing out of this whole movie, is the fact that the writer wasn't homophobic and decided to write a lesbian couple in there, probably because it would make a lot more money, but I don't think that was the point. But even if it is, the point that the person wasn't homophobic to write a same-sex couple in there is very rare for a movie in the early 2000s. So with that, this has been my 4 movies in one review, or 4 movie reviews in one, however I worded this video. See you guys.